Hey, everybody. It's time for another daily drop here on TarHeelIllustrated.com. I'm THI publisher Andrew Jones, and the topic today, of course, Carolina basketball. The Tar Heels are ranked third in the nation, 16-3 overall, 8-0 in the ACC. They have won 9 consecutive games, and we're going to talk about one of the elements of this team that has kind of flown under the radar, in part because I think people have a little bit of a difficult time explaining exactly why the Tar Heels have put up some wicked numbers, some almost strange numbers, unheard of numbers, if you think about it, with respect to transition points. But before I get into it, quick reminder, head on over to our site, TarHeelIllustrated.com. You can be a Carolina Tar Heel insider as well. You get access to absolutely everything that we do, all of our premium content. The numbers I'm going to read to you here in this drop are just a small part of what we offer. The content, from the perspective to the analysis to the information to the inside stuff, and our boards. So much of what we do, guys, it only goes on the boards, and you can only access it if you're a premium member. It's just $8.33 a month for a 1-year subscription, the very same price it was when I took over the site August 1st, 2014. We're delivering a ton more content than we did back then on a variety of platforms in a variety of ways. We go everywhere the Tar Heels go. Tar Heel Illustrated didn't do that before I took over. We go everywhere in football. We go everywhere in basketball. I'll be in Tallahassee this weekend. I'll be in Atlanta next week. I was at Chestnut Hill this past weekend. We go where the Tar Heels go. We kill it in recruiting for football. We kill it in recruiting for basketball. We hit the portal hard. We've got a ton of inside intel. That stuff always goes only on the boards. Sometimes we'll pop some stuff out here on one of these podcasts or a free front page content item, but so much of the stuff you can only access if you're a member. It's just $8.33 a month, guys. That's like a drive-through meal. It may even be less than a drive-through meal at this point, the way prices are going. Okay, the topic here is fast break points allowed. It's an interesting one because I tweeted out Tuesday evening, I tweeted out something that in the last 3 games, Carolina has outscored its opponents in fast break points 32-1. And someone very quickly tweeted back, say, wait a minute, how can you get 1 point on fast breaks, 1 point in transition? And the answer is a team was in transition. They had a fast break situation. That fast break aspect of the situation drew a foul, and the player for Wake Forest, I can't remember exactly who it was, hit one of 2 free throws. And that counts as a fast break point because a foul occurred due to the fast break. So that was a fast break point. That was it for Wake Forest Monday night. Last Saturday at Boston College, 0 fast break points for the Eagles. Last week at home against Louisville, 0 fast break points for the Cardinals. In the last 3 games, the Tar Heels have allowed 1 fast break point. 1. That was a free throw by Wake Forest. But it goes deeper than that. And these numbers are astounding to me. 6 times this year, Carolina's opponents have not scored a single point in transition. Villanova didn't. Northern Iowa didn't. Charleston Southern didn't. Clemson, in fact, the Clemson game, neither Clemson or Carolina had a fast break point. And then there's Louisville and Boston College. Then with Wake Forest getting 1, that's 7 games in which the opponents haven't scored a fast break field goal. And then you look at the first couple of games, 2, 3, and 3 points allowed in transition. So if you look at the whole of the season, and we could break this down in a couple of ways. I hope I don't drown you out with the numbers, but I might drown you out with the numbers. But the numbers are relevant. I thought that we should do a drop on them. Okay. So for the season, Carolina has outscored their opponents on fast break points 238-101. That's 101 fast break points in 19 games. That's a per game average of 12.6 for Carolina, 5.3 for the opponents. They're giving up 5.3 points per game in transition on the season. Now, if you look at the last 7 games, going to the restart of ACC play, when they went to Pittsburgh, Carolina has outscored their opponents. I think it's 83. It's 80 to 26. Excuse me. I didn't write all the numbers down. It's 80 to 26. In these 7 straight games against ACC competition, the foes, Carolina's foes, are averaging 2.7 points a game on fast break points. So, as we continue to look at all the reasons why North Carolina is playing at the level it is, we've talked before in one of these drops, and I've written about how the Tar Heels are very good at limiting teams scoring off of offensive rebounds. I think they're giving up somewhere around 0.8 points, 0.8, 0.8 of a point, I guess is the right way to say it, per offensive rebound. You want to be at about 1.2 points an offensive rebound. Their opponents are 0.8, a little bit lower. A lot of games they're scoring at like 30% of the time on offensive rebounds. So that would give them at between 50 and 0.5 and 0.6. I know, a lot of numbers. Stay with me. The Tar Heels are not giving up second chance points. They're not giving up points in transition. So what happens then? Teams are forced to beat them in the half court with their half court offense. So since Carolina has pulled back on the switching and they've done a better job with their rotations, and Armando has really upped his game with helping out defensively and reacting down there and sometimes being a second defender and certainly doing a fantastic job on other bigs, that's made stuff really difficult for opponents. Carolina takes out a lot of the actions and forcing teams to beat them with the half court. In the meantime, Carolina's getting second chance points. In the meantime, Carolina's scoring in transition. In the meantime, Carolina's getting to the free throw line. They're averaging 16.4 made free throws in this 7-game stretch. So what they're doing is they're shrinking the opportunity for opponents to beat them by forcing them to run exquisite half-court offense and then make a high percentage of those shots when they run that exquisite half-court offense. That's how you win 7 in a row in league play. Here are these last 7 by double figures, and I haven't even looked at what the average margin of victory is, but it's moving up since they've had plus 33 or whatever it was, 36 over Syracuse, 16 over Louisville, 21 over Wake Forest. I think it was 11 over Boston College. So all these double-digit wins, and we can see why. There's a boxer's mentality, a go 8 rounds boxer mentality to this team where they just punch, and wear a team down, and then deliver the uppercut late. Well, not letting them score in transition and scoring in transition on your end is one way to do that. Now, one other thing I want to discuss about this is why, how are they doing this? And that's been the difficult thing. And I'm planning on asking perhaps this weekend in Tallahassee. There's sort of a point in time where you ask a question like that because a guy would have to sort of get into an explanation. And sometimes when a lot of media's around, they don't go as deep into stuff. So hopefully I have that chance after the Florida State game this weekend. But the way I look at it is this. Teams are so aware of Carolina's offensive rebounding, they send 5 guys to the glass on defense. So they're not breaking somebody out. Their objective is A, keep them off the glass. B, get the board. Now, when they get the board, if you've noticed, Carolina's done a really good job at sort of flashing a little D on whoever gets the rebound. Say, for example, against Wake Forest, Efton Reed gets a rebound, and there's Harrison Ingram kind of putting a hand up and just stunting the progression of the ball for a split second. That allows defense to get down the court, and that takes away some of the lanes that may have been available if Reed can just get the rebound, turn, and outlet, and kick the thing out to a guard. So they're slowing it there. And the other thing is Armando again. And I'm telling you guys, Armando's playing really good basketball. His ability now to get to the other end quickly and be a defender is huge. In fact, you go back to Monday night against Wake, And there was a sequence where Armando went offense to defense. I think he was the fourth Tar Heel to cross the midcourt line, and he blocked a shot at the rim in transition. So you've got your big running, playing the full 94 feet, getting down and defending. You've got the other team having to crash the boards with everybody. You've got Carolina sort of stunting some of that stuff. And the other factor is the Tar Heels don't take a lot of bad shots. A year ago, there were a lot of bad shots. Like, oh, God, someone took a shot. I mean, it was pretty ugly at times. They take so many good shots now and so few bad shots that the teammates, the other four, are aware. They know the shot's going up. Some are crashing the board. Some are getting back on defense. They're reading the sequence of the ball, the movement of the ball, so much better than a year ago. Therefore, they're getting across midcourt a little bit quicker than a year ago because they are anticipating what's happening and they're able to see it and respond accordingly. That's my explanation. I can't wait to ask some of the guys at some point, hopefully this weekend, what their explanation is for it. Because I think it's a fascinating statistic. It's obviously an important statistic. It's important enough that it's always in the box scores. It's always on stat broadcast. And they keep it for a reason. And let's face it, if a team scores 25 fast break points in a game, we're going to bring it up and say, man, they scored 25 fast break points. They got a lot of easy baskets. But when a team doesn't score, we don't really talk about that much. But if you're eliminating easy scoring opportunities in transition, and you're eliminating second chance scoring opportunities, well, you're really shrinking the game for a team. And that's what the Tar Heels have been doing. If you're excited about the way this team is defending myriad ways, hitting the glass, limiting fast break points, and just winning basketball games, go ahead and click like on this video. Make sure you subscribe. Let your friends know we're here. Let all your Carolina Tar Heel friends know we are here, and we are constantly pumping out content. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you get updates every time we post something, which is often. I'm AJ, and I'll see you tomorrow.